Your happiness is your entire responsibility. And you cannot afford to put the keys to your happiness in someone else's pocket. That is a big mistake. How happy you are shouldn't be determined by your circumstances. Be it your finances, be it the weather, your relationship, your boss, or whosoever. You have to remember that you alone are responsible for your happiness. Many people have been misled into believing that success is what brings happiness. But that is a lie. Oh yes, it is the other way around. Because happiness is what actually brings success. Think about that. Life will always present us with 1,001 reasons to be unhappy. And it is very, very easy to get carried away by all the negative things that go on around us. But before you let that determine or toy with your happiness, remember that life is 20% what happens to you and 80% how you react to it. I will go ahead to give you a few things that you can do in order to claim your happiness. The first thing is, you need to be aware of all your emotional triggers. That is, you need to take the time to study yourself and to understand what exactly gives you joy and what annoys you. Once you know those things that make you happy, you need to do them more often. Okay? And then try to avoid those ones that keep you unhappy. 2, you need to avoid any meaningless competition. In order to be happy, you need to understand that it is very, very okay for someone else to be better than you. And then remember that the happiest people are not those who have the best of everything, but instead those who make the best out of everything they have. 3, learn to practice gratitude. This means that you have to be grateful for all the people that God has put in your life and all the things He has given you. And make sure you do not allow your desire for what you lack to overpower your gratitude for what you already have. Because there are people who are a lot happier with less than what you have. In fact, your present situation can be someone else's prayer point. You have to be grateful. 4, learn to smile more. And this too is a big one. This is because smiling has a way of making you happy. And it also keeps you young, both physically and mentally. In fact, science has proven that a genuine smile relaxes about 14 facial bones and helps to keep you younger. And not only younger physically, but even younger mentally and younger at heart. And I'm saying this because your external expressions always have a way of feeding your internal feelings. A smile is very contagious. And I bet you it has the ability and the capacity to spread more joy and more love than any word can ever do. Don't lose your smile for anything. 5, you need to forgive more. Holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. Unforgiveness has a way of adding a burden to our hearts. It gets us spellbound, stalks us to one position and prevents us from progressing. So the moment you are able to forgive, you liberate yourself from this burden and you are able to reclaim your happiness and to resume your progress. So as hard as it may be, you need to try to forgive yourself and to forgive others. Because what has been done has been done. 6. In order to claim your happiness, you will also need to live for what tomorrow has to offer and not what yesterday took away. Remember that the past is gone, and it's gone with all its mistakes and all its regrets, and you cannot change it. So why allow something that you cannot change to affect you? Why allow yourself to be influenced by something that you cannot change? There is no way you can move forward if you keep looking backwards. 7. Watch your circle. The moment you identify those people that make you happy, those people that bring out the best in you, you need to learn to hang out with them even more and do all it takes to avoid all those negative people and negative circumstances that keep draining your happiness away. You cannot keep going back to what took your happiness. 8. Celebrate yourself more. One of the main ways of remaining happy is by setting small goals whose attainment helps you to build your self-confidence. Because this self-confidence is one of the requirements for nourishing your happiness. Because the more satisfied you are with what you achieve, the happier you get and the more you can try even higher goals. Whatever you do, you just have to remember that your happiness is your personal decision. Meaning that you are responsible. It is also important for you to know that happiness is a journey and not a destination. So you cannot sit around and wait for life to be perfect before you choose to be happy. In fact, decide right now to allow yourself the opportunity to be happy. And I bet you are going to find 1,001 reasons to be happy. Stop being afraid of what could go wrong and start being excited about what could go right. Claim your happiness. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.